Hi, this is Rihanna Powers here. I am a professional psychic medium and shaman, and I'm also the founder of Behind the Veil Mysteries School for Sensitives. So one of the things I want to mention in this video today is specific to empaths. I get asked by a lot of people, how do you cope with being an empath? How do you keep from being overwhelmed or debilitated from other people's energy? So one of the first things that I usually teach people is to filter out the psychic information, the stimulation that's coming in, down to a volume that you can handle and that you're comfortable with. Being able to learn how to filter out excessive information is a really important skill if you're an empath. If you have it turned up too much, then you will just get slammed by other people's stuff and it can be quite overwhelming. So that's one thing. And then another one is learn how to ground. Grounding is when you take your energy in your root chakra and you just push it deep into the earth. And it's a place to discharge that extra energy. It's the same principle as a lightning rod that is on the roof of a building, and then it's in an enclosed cable that goes all the way down to the ground, and then it has a long copper stake that is plunged into the earth. The earth is a very good vehicle for taking discharged energy that's too strong and just like really releasing it. Being able to discharge excessive energy can be very helpful for empaths. It will also help to ground out your emotions so that you're not feeling quite so excited internally from all of that stimulation. It kind of helps calm it down and get it more grounded so your emotions aren't so high. Another thing you should do is learn to take space when you need it. Empaths tend to get caught up in other people's stuff and sort of swept up by their stuff in their life. Because we're so sensitive, when we feel other people's pain, it's our natural inclination for most empaths to want to help fix those problems for that person. And it's so that we can get some relief from what we're sensing, because we want to help them. If they feel better, then we feel better with what we pick up. And so one of the things that happens is that it's very easy for empaths to get so caught up in other people's lives and their drama and their troubles that we forget our own. And so if you learn to take space and really get yourself away from everybody else, be alone, take some space so that you can really listen to your own feelings, check in with yourself about what you need so that you're nurtured and balanced and so you feel good and so that you can be happy. You really need to separate yourself and make some time and space to take care of you. Because if you are balanced and healthy and grounded and you have healthy boundaries, you're going to be able to do a lot more to help other people later. But you have to do it at the pace that you need at that time so that you can take care of yourself as well. So another thing you can do is just try to, many empaths get just sort of bombarded by energies in different settings that are overwhelming or just too big or really, really negative. And one thing you might want to consider is just avoiding scenes or settings that have really strong, intense negative energy. For example, here in LA, there is a gigantic Halloween party that happens every year, and there's parades downtown. It is massive in scale. There's tons and tons and tons of people there, and many of them are on drugs. There's some outbreaks of violence that happen, and it's just completely overwhelming for anybody who's sensitive to energy. If you get an intuition about not going to an event, try listening to that, because your intuition's usually right. And then secondly, be aware of the energetic environment that you're about to head into and pick and choose the things that you feel like you can handle and that you're up for. You don't have to, you're not required to expose yourself to every possible scenario. You get to pick and choose. So you might want to say no to some energetic environments that you know are going to just blast you and that are going to have chaotic or negative energy. So one of the things that I strongly recommend is that, avoid the things that you have no control over, but learn how to take control over your energetic environment in your home, in your own aura, around you, where you are most of the time. Cleanse your house, do protection around your house so that your house is a decompression zone. I strongly recommend that every empath make their home a place where they can completely just relax. it's not healthy or good for us to be constantly overstimulated all the time. That leads to frazzled nerves. It gets us off balance. It gets us so we have a very small buffer to react to situations with. It's draining, it's depleting, it's exhausting, and it wears on our health and our well-being on all levels. So create an environment for yourself where you can just decompress, and you don't have to be in a constant mode of overstimulation or going through keeping your walls up all the time and being constantly exhausted because you're always guarded. Make sure you've got a place where you can let your guard down and just be comfortable and take care of yourself. Another thing you should look at is really make sure that you take care of yourself well so that you can be healthy. Make sure you eat well and get enough rest and sleep, that you have emotionally healthy relationships, that you set healthy boundaries for yourself. Many empaths tend to be a bit codependent, and it's because we're so sensitive to other people's stuff. We tend to go way out of our way to help them out. Really learn to set healthy boundaries for yourself so that you can only commit to what you feel comfortable with and what you have the space in you to offer to other people. And make sure that you take care of yourself each step along the way. And check in with yourself every day if you can, so that you can make sure that you're meeting your own needs as you go. Cleanse your own energy if you need to. You can do that with salt baths. You can sage yourself. You can get into the sunshine. You can do a lot of different things to cleanse your energy. But sometimes when you are in different environments and you're around different people, you might feel kind of like something stuck on you, like something kind of icky that you can't quite shake off completely from that encounter. If you feel that, or if you feel like you have a buildup of negative energy, either from yourself or from other people, go ahead and do some cleansing on your aura to kind of get that out of your system, because it will make you feel better if you do it and you get to it. You get it cleared out. If you do that, it should help. So just keep at it until you feel that relief come in, and then you know you've done enough. So, okay, so I have an entire section in my psychic development training course that is just for empaths, to help them even more specifically with different tips and tricks and tools to be able to cope and to develop their abilities, and also to deal with their high level of sensitivity while doing development for their abilities. What I mean by that is, if you're highly empathic and you're doing psychometry, for example, and you pick up an object and say the energy that's attached to that object was kind of devastating, like something really sad or emotional that was negative happened to the person whose energy is soaked into that object. For an empath, that could be a very uncomfortable reading. So I teach my empaths how to be able to manage their ability, not just in their normal environment, day-to-day life, but also in working with their psychic abilities. It's just really important. You want to develop and grow, but at the same time, you have to learn how to protect and guard yourself in ways that are appropriate and healthy. So for more free information, please go ahead and click on this link here at the end, and it will take you to some more free content where you can get training and all kinds of free information. So thank you for visiting.